the recipient of our 2023 Arlington Silver Eagle Award. Hang in there, Becky. We got plenty more to go. At this time, I'd like to get our event chair to come back to the stage, please. Aiden, along with Wendy Shaw, who's the Scout Executive CEO with the Longhorn Council. Come on up here with me as we begin to recognize Becky. We're all honored here to be with her tonight, and we all have personal experiences with Becky. I first met Becky years ago through relationships here within Arlington, but I worked with an organization called Snowball Express. And the place that I was at, anybody familiar with Snowball Express? It's just a great group. It's a great organization that honors the children of fallen soldiers. And what they do basically is to get the surviving spouses and the children, and they take them to a town and frankly pamper them for 3 days, as well they should. Well, they came here to Arlington, Texas. We were able to host one of the events there. Becky showed up because one of the things that all the places do, they put together a walk of gratitude. So when the kids show up with their parents, they get out of the bus and there's just a wall of people there to greet them. And big part of that wall was Becky and Troop 517. And I saw firsthand right then the passion and the dedication that you have for those kids. And that's the first time I met you. And I just want to reiterate that. Thank you for that. The other thing, I hit it off really early with Becky because a lot of people may not know that Becky was actually a mascot before. I believe you were a tiger. Is that correct? And I, too, was part of the Brotherhood of the Plush. I threw out a ball at a baseball game just as a giant water drop, and I also played indoor soccer dressed as Shamu, so I feel you. And we hit it off at that time. A couple things about Becky. She's originally born in Miami Beach, Florida. Maybe tried to squint to look rockets take off back when you were a kid. I don't know. She moved to her family's native Texas as soon as she could, graduated from Corsicana High School, as we mentioned earlier. She studied at Texas A&M University and Texas Women's University. Not sure what they say, but we love them too. She earned a Bachelor of Science degree in elementary education and, of course, special education. After graduation, she was called to work with students with disabilities and began her career teaching early childhood handicapped in the HEB school district. While teaching full-time, she also co-founded and worked at her family business, ACP International, a manufacturing and distribution company here in Arlington that employs around 70 people, even as we speak. In 1996, she returned to education when asked to collaborate and develop the first curriculum for River Legacy Nature Center here in Arlington. That was back in 1996. She co-wrote and taught that first curriculum, much of which is still used today. And then in 2016, she retired from her family business and returned to her beloved River Legacy, this time as their Director of Development. She helped them to raise $2.5 million in the renovation and transformation of the exhibit hall of the Discovery Room. And if you haven't seen that, you need to get out. You need to get there for a variety of reasons, but that room is really something special, and you continue in that role today. Then, in 2015, BSA Troop 517 in Arlington needed a Scoutmaster. The troop holds a charter from the Longhorn Council to bring scouting to people, as we all know, with intellectual disabilities. Special Scouts, I love this line, I can't take credit. I'm gonna try to say it, but I don't get credit for writing it. Special Scouts require a special leader. Although she had no prior connection to or background in scouting, Becky accepted the call and continues to lead that troop today, as we all know. Outside of her work career, Becky is the longtime teacher of Amazing Grace, which is a Sunday school class for teenagers and adults with intellectual disabilities at First United Methodist Church, of course, here in Arlington. She's married to Mike Giroux. They joyously share life together with 6 children, 6 grandchildren, and 3 dogs, all right here in Arlington, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Becky Nussbaum Giroux.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've told a few of you this, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not speechless. That has never happened, but I am overwhelmed, and I want to say thank you so much. This is truly an amazing honor, and I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what else to say. I want you to know that I read that list of the previous recipients, and I kept telling the committee that I'm not in that category, and I aspire to be. And then Mayor Green came up and congratulated me on this honor, which is tremendous, and I really appreciate it, but it made me realize how much I'm not in that same category. But on my honor, I will do my best to do that duty. I promise I will. I want you to know that I kept saying to the committee, what were you thinking? Really? You know, give me a couple more years or decades to catch up to these previous recipients. And then I just realized that I have to follow Chris Cassidy. So again, what were you thinking? Really, but I tell you what I do is easy. What I do is joyful. I get to work with the very best people I've ever met, the very best people I know. I don't have to lead them in living the Scout Law. They lead me all the time, and they lead you. You may not know it, but their fingerprints are on so many good things in this community that I am just so proud to be able to work with them. I have a few thank yous. Besides the previous recipients who have said thank you and congratulations to me, thanks for making me feel, you know, motivated to catch up. I want to say thank you to the committee. Thank you to Chris and Peggy for being here and for that beautiful speech. Chris, thank you so much. Brian and Chaplain, thank you so much for everything you've done to make this evening special. My friends in Amazing Grace class, some of those are Boy Scouts. Would you guys just wave right now? They're wonderful folks. Yes, yes. And my rainbow friends, my rainbow Sunday school class friends, y'all wave. Yep. We've been friends for 30 years. That means what? That I was 9? Ish, yeah. I want to thank my River Legacy family. My past boss, Jill, and my current boss, Shannon, are here. Thank you, guys. You know, my passion at River Legacy includes getting kids outside. I think it's so important, and it does so many good things for us. And it's so important for our mental health, our physical health, and River Legacy does that, and the Scouts do that. So many kids don't know how to get dirty, but our Scouts do. And some of them don't know how to sweep out a tent, and we're working on that. I want to thank my sisters who are here. Emily came from Knoxville, and Margie lives here in Arlington, and my sister of choice, Gina. Hang on. So my sisters got me this for you guys in the back. It's a Wonder Woman makeup bag. It has a star on it. And they gave me this before my first Boy Scout camp out. And I said, well, what if all the Scoutmasters have a Wonder Woman makeup bag? So I wrote my name on the inside, like you're supposed to do before you go to camp for everything. Turns out I was the only one who had a Wonder Woman makeup bag. I want to thank the terrific folks in our leadership of Troop 517. If you guys go over here to Mesquite Street, you'll see the Richie Yarborough Scout Hut. And Walt Ritchie started this troop for people with special needs 47 years ago. That was beyond cutting edge, it was bleeding edge, to give people who had a handicapping condition, an ability to learn and grow with the Scouts was an amazing thing. I want to thank Steve Barnes, who was the next Scoutmaster, and I got to be the one that followed Steve. And I want to thank Wes Cloud. He's in the back. Wes, will you wave to everybody? Let's give him a hand, please. Wes has been pretty much everything in Scouting, and so much to our troop. He really bridged the gap. He stood in that gap for us when we went from a very experienced Eagle Scout, Scoutmaster, to a novice, someone who did not speak Scout at all. I will say he squinted at me quite a bit whenever I would come up with ideas. He wasn't sure we would, that was a good idea, but we're on the same page now, and we do a lot of very fun things. I want to thank everybody over at the council, because I was that novice Scoutmaster, and you guys do great training, because I liked camp, but I did not speak Scout, so it's a really good thing. It's a great thing. I also want you to know that in Scouting, the Scouts go through advancement. They move forward on an important path. And in our society today, I think that it's hard for us to plan for good things. We let other things that are maybe not as important, that are urgent, get in the way. And what Scouts really, really help all of our Scouts, from our little ones all the way up to people my age, it helps us to make a plan to get better. It makes a plan to help other people. And it makes a plan to work with people to do things that you couldn't do on your own. So it doesn't matter if you have special needs or intellectual disabilities, you learn all those things in Scouts. Let's see, I got a couple more here, so I know it's cold. I want to thank my family. My kids are here. Kids, wave your hands. Woo, woo, woo. When your parents like to volunteer and do community service as much as Mike and I do, your kids are fabulous voluntold. Really, really great at it. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank my husband, Mike Giroux. We met at a fundraiser. The chaplain was there, and we kind of courted at fundraisers. I guess you'd say I'm a cheap date, but well, it depends on how much you give, I guess. And with the prices of gas, we're still going to a lot of those together, because you know you want to save gas and save money. So he is my hero, and he is my biggest cheerleader. I want to thank every one of you for being here, because Scouting is making a difference. Scouting is so important, and it's good news. It's really good news. And what I'm asking you to do is tell people what Scouting is doing in our community. Now wait, I'm gonna put my makeup bag away. Now I'm putting on my fundraiser hat. So thank you for my award. I really do appreciate it. But you know what's coming, don't you? Yeah, okay. So I want you to do me a favor and pick up the cards that are on your tables. And what year is it, guys? 2023. They've got QR codes right here, right here. And so you can actually give right now. I am of the age where I forget stuff. How about anybody else out here? Anybody? Oh, my kids, put your hands down. I do forget stuff, but they remind me. So friends, what I would like you to do is think about if you could do something to help our community. if you think about this week when we hear about gun violence, or we hear about people being unkind to each other, or we hear about people in need, if you could think about what's something that I could do to make the world better, it's right here. You could give to Scouting. This is huge. It helps right here, and it helps all across the country. The ripples of the good that you're going to do right now, and not wait till you go home or forget tomorrow. Let's just do this right now. Those ripples of good will make the world better, and I hope that you feel as good about doing that as I do getting to work with my friends in 517. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now y'all sit down and get your pens out or get your cell phones out. Thank you.
It wouldn't be Becky if she wasn't fundraising. And so we absolutely want you to continue to fill out your pledge forms and make your commitment to Scouting. But we do have a small token of appreciation. And it is not a Wonder Woman makeup bag. But we do have a very special eagle. And I know you wouldn't be eligible to earn the rank of eagle, but I hope you appreciate that we value you as if you were. Thank you, Becky Moose.